Don't forget, you can join the Lego Club. All you got to do is fill in this here and send it off. I wonder what would happen if we filled that in and sent it off now. Let's finish on what I would consider a modern catalogue, 1992. This is probably the last big catalogue I remember getting. I don't think there was one after this, but yeah, this, to me, this is still modern. So I can't remember what's in here. I've literally just pulled it out of the pile. So let's see what's in it, shall we? But 1992. But before we even open it and look at it, what does this cover remind everybody of? It reminds me of the Lego Movie logo. And this is 1992. So that's a long time ago. I'm getting feelings of Lego Movie just by looking at that. I can see where they've got some of their stuff from. And that's one of the things I like about the Lego Movie. The first one only. We don't talk about the second one. The first one only, I watched that. And I'm sad to say I actually watched it on my own. I didn't want anybody else around, so I watched it on my own just to get the nostalgia and have no kids talking in the background or anything like that. And I loved it. Still like it now. It's all the way up through the intro sequence. It's great. Love it. Because it gets that nostalgia thing going, and you're looking at it going, oh, Lego Knights, Lego Westerns, and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, a lot of feels going on with that. But I relate it back to this stuff. So let's have a look. Oh, look. Here we go. Check it out. So this always gets me, and again, it might get me banned from YouTube or something. Everyone's always going on about diversity, and everyone should be diverse, and there should be people from every country, every race doing everything. And it's banged on about like it's a new thing. And then you look at things from back in the day, 80s, 90s, 70s even. You look back then at certain things, and you realise, actually, this isn't what are we moaning about? This has been going on forever. We're kind of, everything's always been diverse. I mean, if we look at this, we've got everybody on here. So this diversity thing, what are we banging on about? If we just left everyone alone, it was already there in 1992. Everyone was well aware of it, or wasn't aware of it, and were just getting on with their lives. So let's stop that thought conversation, because, like I say, controversial. We might get banned. But anyway, I just thought I'd point that out. You know what? People aren't diverse enough anymore. But yeah, 1992 we were. Or did we just not care and just get everybody involved anyway? Who knows? Anyway, let's move on. What have we got? Okay, so we've got baby stuff. Don't get baby stuff with Lego anymore. Good God, no. But yeah, this was a big thing back then. Baby toys. It's like Duplo for Duplo. Innerbricks, no worries if you've got to go. Catch up on the video later on. I'll be posting it. It will be there ready for you to watch back anyway. So yeah. Baby stuff. Don't get baby stuff anymore, do we? What else have we got? Let's have a look. This is, like I say, this is Duplo, like pre-Duplo stuff, I suppose. A big bucket of bricks. What more could anyone ask for? A couple of kids playing quite happily with that. They're just stacking bricks on top of each other. All right. Okay, I'm flicking through Duplo because I never had Duplo. It was never a thing for me. But oh my God, he's well happy with that, isn't he? But then this is Duplo moving on a bit. We've got some animals in there, and it's like the more grown-up Duplo. I had a few friends who had this. I never got into it. This is the sort of stuff you see in the dentist and doctor's waiting rooms, isn't it? And sort of shoved in the corner for the kids to play with. The stinky, sticky box of Lego for kids to mess around with. So yeah, there's Duplo. Let's move on a bit. What else? We've got more Duplo. We've got loads of Duplo in here. Duplo trains. I know there's a lot of people out there really into Duplo still. Then we moved on. Then we had Duplo houses. Look at this. I think I've got some of these roof bricks here. You see those? I've got a couple of those. I don't know where they came from, but I've got a few of those in the collection. So, yeah, more Duplo. This is several pages in, and we're still in Duplo land. This is interesting. This was what's it called to see that? Tulio. Bit like Lego Technic, but for Duplo kits. And it came, I remember seeing this. It had some, like, you see it there. It had this little screwdriver. So it's kind of competing with Meccano and that sort of stuff. Never had any of this. Never even saw any of this anywhere. I don't think it was long-lived, to be honest. All right, there we go. Now we're into Lego, proper Lego bricks. And this is when it used to be called Lego System. It was a system of Lego. And these were like Legos. This is like the basic stuff. This is kind of your box of bricks. You can see there, look, they're the boxes of bricks. Tons of stuff. Lego still does this sort of stuff, but not as many as this. You could, I mean, this is when the magazines weren't exaggerated. You could literally tip it out and have that much stuff in there. One of the things I've just noticed on here, I don't know how well it's going to show up on the camera, but just there, trays, sorting trays for Lego. And a little box to put it in with a little lid on it. And I believe that's a base plate on top of that, so you can build on top of the box. How clever is that? Wow, who would have thought? That's kind of that's a revolutionary idea, that is. And what have we had recently from Lego? Their collaboration with IKEA, doing exactly the same sort of thing. It is not a new idea. This was 1992. It's been done. It's there. It just went away and then came back again. All right. What else have we got in here? Oh, there you go. We've gone to proper Lego now. No. Again, more sorting trays. I never had any of these, but again, sorting trays for bricks. Brilliant. We need more of this. Come on, Lego. Just give us some cheap sorting trays. And there's a thing with a carry handle there. And oh, look, you can put it into these. There's like bigger sorting boxes. As adult fans of Lego, we crave stuff like that because our collections are so big. We need this sort of stuff. Come on, Lego, we want that. Bring it back. But yeah, again, this is what I consider to be proper Lego. Bricks, windows, doors, bricks, roof pieces, bricks again. And what it does is it makes you build whatever you want. There's only little tiny bits lying around and like 2x1 tiles and this little specialized bracket thing. It's a building brick. And this is one of the things I've noticed about a lot of recent Lego sets. There's very few building bricks in there. These little bits. There's no building bricks. I want bricks. I don't want little farting hinge bits or stuff like that, or snot bricks or anything else. I want proper bricks. All right. Okay, so then we've got, let's move it on. You can see we're going up through the age groups here. Then we move on to Lego Basic. This was kind of like Lego City, but the scale was a bit bigger. I did have some of this, actually. But it introduced lights. And these lights used to sit on top of a battery box, like a 9-volt battery box. The same battery box, or I think it was the same one you used to get for the Lego Monorail. You know, those little ones with a little push tab on top to start it up. And these lights used to sit into it and used to interconnect, and used to get some plates, like 2x8 plates that had metal strips running through, so you could extend the lights out, and cables and things like that. Again, there's very little of that around at the moment. There's nothing. Lego now have one light brick, but you push it in, it does a little light, you let go, it goes off. It's a bit boring. We want lights back, Lego. I'm actually, this is something interesting for you guys. I've actually got my dad working on some light systems for bricks. He's an electrical engineer. He's worked with some pretty tricky technical systems over the years, so I've got him seeing what he can do with lights for Lego. So if anyone's interested in that, I know there are Lego light sets and kits out there, but I'd like to do my own. So if anyone's interested in that, stay tuned. We'll give him an update as soon as he's done something. All right, so let's go through this, carry on. Then we have, did we miss a page there? No, it's just very thick paper. Okay. Pirate ship, we just literally looked at those pirate ship instructions. But yeah, I love pirates. I think I had that one. I had the Pirate Island at the top here. And if we go through, what else we got? Yeah, I had one of these ships. I think I had the blue one as well. I wanted this. That was like the ultimate pirate castle thing. I didn't have it. I had the little one here instead. I never had that. I never saw that anywhere. Excuse me. Never had that, and never saw it anywhere. There's like a whole port. Brilliant. Never, like I say, never saw it. Never had it. Nothing. All right. What else we got? Oh, we're on to Lego Knights. This was after I had Lego Knights and Medieval. There was kind of 3 eras of Lego castles. They had the yellow castle, which was back in early 80s, late 70s. Then they had the normal grey castles. I think it was like they're called the Grey Wolves or something like that. And then they had this, which was like 90s. So we're in 92 with this one. I never had any of this, but this is where Lego, I think, got themselves into a bit of trouble in terms of costings. These had base plates, but they were molded and they were tall, so they actually rose up, and there was like this massive base plate that took up half the box. There was a couple of those, and I don't think Lego quite got the price point right in the 90s, so they had a bit of a problem there. But yeah, this was like later medieval knight stuff. I had a couple of things from here, not too many. I think I had this, which is like a Robin Hood set. Yeah. Oh, we're getting major nostalgia vibes going on now. All right, then we had this. Who knows what this evolved into? Put it in the comments. I'll give you a second. Who knows what Lego Paradiso evolved into? We've still got it now, although they are changing it again. I'm going to have a drink of water if anybody knows what that evolved into. It's quite a common set, so go on, put it in the comments. It evolved into Lego Friends. All right, what Keegan, you had a lot of that. Brilliant. And this was kind of this Paradiso thing that they were kind of trying to market it at girls again. You know, that whole sexist thing. But I liked it. I think this is brilliant. Like when I was a kid, I was into horse riding. We've got horses now, and back in the 90s, it was like, well, girls do horses, and they like horse riding, they like horse boxes and horse jumping and going to the beach and things like that. I'm sorry, but everyone likes doing those things, and I like this. That base plate there, look how many different colours are on the base plate. We've got a couple of blues and yellows. Don't get those now. Come on, Lego. But yeah, this, I think, evolved into the Lego Friends type thing. I mean, look at that. Look at that glass. That's glass on the front of that. That is brilliant. But yeah, then we kind of went across to here. The Beachside Mansion. Look at that base plate. That's all molded. Brilliant. You know? Yeah, you got it, Keegan. So yeah, I had like the palm trees. I had a load of those because of the pirate thing again. But yeah, there's no need to market that as for girls as a separate Paradiso thing, whatever it is. You know, Lego City all the way. That'd fit in Lego City. Brilliant. It's just the Miami Beach thing, isn't it? I like it. And they think, well, we'll just put a bit of pink in here. That girls will buy it then. I'd buy it. I like it. I think it's great. Color doesn't matter. Color's color. It's just anything. It's just color. It doesn't have to be a girl's color or a boy's color. It's a color. All right. So yeah, I've forgotten all about that. That is brilliant. I never had any. What else have we got? Oh my goodness. Look at that. Octan, been around forever. Again, Lego movie. This is what they're kind of referring back to. It's Lego. Lego actually did a whole collaboration with Shell at one point. I think I've got some of their pieces actually. Kind of ironic, really. Shell, oil, petroleum. Lego's made from oil. Strange. Obviously, you can't do that now because it's controversial. Oil and plastic doesn't come from oil anymore. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, this was all the ships. Again, to me, this is all new. I never really had a lot of this because it's what I would call new. I had a few things from it, but this is when I was kind of sort of going past Lego growing up, I suppose. Yeah, so I never had any of these, although I really wanted them deep down, but I never had them. Right, what else we got? If anybody else had any of these sets, please tell me which ones you had. And if you still got them, if you guys have still got some of these things, which ones have you got? Which ones did you have? Is there something in here that we're missing? Did you have older stuff than this? Because I think I've got an older catalogue knocking around here somewhere. So tell me what you had. As we go through it, if you spot anything that like Keegan's got here, if you spot anything that you've got or had, just put a thumbs up, put a shout out going, I had that one. And also tell me if you still got it. Right, so then we move on to, what is this? Okay, so we've gone, oh look, here we go. Lego Town. No energy crisis in this town. Was there an energy crisis in the 90s? Is history repeating itself? Energy crisis, oil, octane in the 90s, and now we're in 2022 and we've got energy crisis still or again. It's always interesting to look back on these things and spot a bit of politics. It's kind of relevant still. But anyway, Innie Bricks, if you're watching this back, look, my friend, trees, proper trees. All right. Okay, right, let's carry on. All right, so we had town on that previous page. This is now leisure. And then we've got racing. And then we've got vehicles. And we've got police. We've got whole collections of things for different stuff. And again, this is what inspired me when I'm building a Lego city, seeing how they set their photography up. So you can see here we've got a beach buggy and a camper van coming down the hill into the Lego city, and there's some houses in the background there. You can see the beach and everything else. But it just it shows how far this has evolved again. Some of this is pretty basic, some of it's quite detailed. You can see the transition into the new Lego, but this is still Lego system. Then we had this. It still makes me nostalgic, emotional, sad, upset, angry. This monorail here, I never had it. I wanted that, and I never had it. I had the space one instead, which was great. Like, I've still got it. So I wanted that one because that was the ultimate monorail set. Oh, I loved that. Look at all the track that's in there. It goes down, it goes up. You got stops for stations, it interweaves. If I had that now, there's so many things I could do with it. I just can't find Lego monorail anywhere at a decent price at the moment. But yeah, wanted that. Desperately wanted that. Still, if I could find that somewhere and get it, I'd have it. I've got a million uses for it. But yeah, look at that again. That's what inspired me to build a Lego city. These shots here, you know, where they've kind of set it out. I mean, look at this. We're at an airport. There's a space shuttle coming on the back of a truck. Brilliant. That's what inspired me. But again, there's those accessory packs, which apparently Lego thinks is a new idea. Look at this. We've got a monorail accessory pack. We've got a tree accessory pack, some fences and gates and flags for a racetrack accessory pack, signs, base plates. All right, let's move on, because we're on to Lego trains now. Now, again, this is kind of my thing. I never had any of these either. Sad. But don't worry, I've made up for it now. Again, lots of trains. This was the 9-volt era, I believe, with the metal tracks. Okay, there we go again. This here is what inspires me when I'm making stuff. These sets, these layouts that they use to promote in their catalogue. There's something going on. It's like a mini Lego city all in one. I love it. All right, what else have we got? Okay, we're on to trains again. Major inspiration here, but hold on 1 second. What is that in the middle there I am seeing? That red thing. That looks like a crocodile. Lego released that quite recently as a bigger set, a more detailed set, but 1992, there it is. There's the OG version. And again, the yellow station. I know some of you guys commented on this last week that you had the yellow station. I can't remember who it was. There it is. And there's that classic train there. That's fantastic. Brilliant. Yeah, so a lot of nostalgia in here. We've got some boats again. I never had any boats. I had a couple, and they used to float, so you could take them in the bath with you. That was the best part. You take Lego in the bath. Or put it in the paddling pool in the summer and things like that. But yeah, I never really had too many boats. But then this was kind of where I started to get back into Lego again, just really briefly with this space stuff. Because the space stuff, come on, back in the middle of the camera, there we go. So space moved on from being white and blue and all of those things, and it started going darker, more moody, and goodies and baddies, and good guys, bad guys. And then we had the M-Tron stuff. Now I had, which one did I have? I had that one there, that big spaceship, and that's when Lego kind of introduced magnets on things, and there's a load of magnets in here. They had magnets on trains as well for the couplings, but they had magnets as just part of the thing, and loved that. Loved the M-Tron stuff. I vividly remember there were competition for M-Tron where you had to name or come up with a name for the bad guys or their planet or something like that. I can't even remember what I entered, but I vividly remember coming up with something for that. It's a long time ago now. And again, there's more dark space stuff. This was Blacktron. So these were kind of the bad guys. So we must have been thinking up names for the planet then. Again, very dark. Lots of really useful bricks on there. Black base plates. Wow. Didn't even remember. Don't even remember those now. Wow. Not even seen any of those recently. I don't think I've ever seen any. Again, we've got the big sort of set scene there. It looks like something out of Marvel, doesn't it? Well, it looks like Guardians of the Galaxy. That whole thing there. What else do we have? Then we're on to what is called, was called Model Team. This is what I aspired to. Model Team. This was not Technic, not Lego System, but this halfway thing where you've got a realistic Lego model. I loved these. In fact, I remember building that truck. I never had it, but I used to stare at that picture and try and recreate it. And I did quite a good job, actually, just using the bricks I've got. And I love that. I think this whole Model Team thing is kind of what they need to almost bring back. I know they still do. This was modeled, realistic models for older kids, whereas now Lego will do realistic models like the Ultimate Collector's Edition, but that's more aimed at adults than kids. Especially, I keep saying it, the Titanic. I can't see any kid playing with that. They'd be bored out of their head, I think. It's more of a model than a play thing, whereas this was kind of up there as a detailed Lego set that anyone could build, and you get something that looks really good. Yeah, so I always aspired to those. I never had any of those, and I was hard done to as a child. But then we had the Technic stuff, and this was as pretty much as detailed as Technic got. There was one car. I'm wondering if it's in here. There might be a couple in here, but it was nowhere near where it is now. Then we move on, and again, we've got motorbikes. Lego motorbikes, Technic motorbikes. Again, it's not a new thing. It's been around for years. Again, I always wanted this plane, and also what's I think I had the thing on the next page actually. This plane, I had that. Still got it somewhere. Not built it for years, but yeah, still got that one. Here we go. Here's the proper Technic stuff. This is when it starts to get bigger, better. There's a whole sort of truck here with a crane on the back, very much like the Lego Technic Klaus green, the green tractor. Very, very similar to that. I've actually got it over there. I'm looking at it now, and it's kind of a similar layout, really, with the crane and the grabber on the back. So that's not new. I consider that it is brand new. The Klaus thing, it's like what, 5 years old, 6, maybe 7, maybe more. I don't know. But yeah, it's a very similar design to this. I always wanted this. What else we got? Oh, right, the classic Ultimate Technic Car. It had gears in it. It had all sorts of things in it. But yeah, that was kind of these were as detailed as it got. I think I had that one. I remember something like this. It may not have been that exact one. I don't think I've got any wheels that look like that. And then we had this, which was a little bit like the Mindstorms thing that they do at the moment. And you could program the robot arm to do stuff. This was like mind-blowing technology at the time. This was like, oh my god, it's robotics. It's the ultimate thing. And yeah, I never had it. But yeah, one of those things you always aspire to. Never had it again. But anyway, that's the end of that catalogue. I just thought I'd share that with you. And don't forget, you can join the Lego Club. All you got to do is fill in this here and send it off. I wonder what would happen if we filled that in and sent it off now. Let me know what you think in the comments. Should we do that? Should we fill this in and send it off to the address that's on here? And shall we see what we get back? If you think that's a good idea, put it in the comments, let me know. We probably won't get anything back from it, but that could be a bit of a cool experiment. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Should we fill in this what is this? Enroll me as a member for the Lego Club. I remember I joined this 2 or 3 times back in the day. I never really got anything back from it. But apparently what we should get inside it is a badge, a membership card, a sew-on patch, some club stickers. If anyone joined this and got this stuff, tag me on Instagram or let me know. And because I never got any of this, we've got to pay for it. Oh my God, that's extortionate amount of money. £3.75. Although if you're in the Irish Republic, you've got to pay £4.25. And I don't know what it is in the rest of the world. But what else do we get? You get the Bricks and Pieces magazine. And it says here, if a photograph of one of your models is published in Bricks and Pieces, you become a master builder. Ask your mum or dad if you can join. That's brilliant. I like that. And we also have some service hotlines on here as well. So if anyone wants to focus in on that and ring some of those numbers, see if anybody answers, see if those numbers are still relevant. They might be, I don't know. But yeah, if you think we should fill this in and join the Lego Club, let me know and we'll send it off and we'll see what we get back, if anything at all. It'll probably just get lost in the post. Actually, what address is on here? Let's have a look. Where have we got to send it to, Lego? Where do we need to send it? Oh, that's interesting. It doesn't... Oh, Wrexham. We need to send it to Wrexham. So I'm going to... I'm going to look that up to see if it's still a relevant address. I've just noticed something else on here as well, which is hilarious. You've got to remember, this is an official Lego catalogue, the Lego Group. All right, we all know, and I think looking at statistics, Lego Group made £6.6 billion last year as a group. All right, just bear that in mind, because on here where it says service hotlines, obviously the helplines for Lego, which they still have, you can still ring them and talk to them. But on here it says, for customer service queries, phone Christine or Barbara on the following number. Christine or Barbara? We've got to ring Christine or Barbara for the service hotline. There's 2 people on the customer services hotline then. But then if we look a little bit further down on here, what it also says is, for Lego Club queries, phone Sue or Meryl on this number. People had a name back then. You could know the name of the people you were ringing at the service centre before you actually rang it. And then a little bit further down, I've got to look to see if these numbers are still relevant. I'm going to do that. For spares and service queries, please phone Sean on this number. But for all other inquiries, please call Lego Limited on this number here. That's brilliant. That's amazing. We've got the names of the people that worked at Legoland and in the service hotline department. If anybody knows these people, you've got to let me know if these guys are still around, if they're still doing stuff with Lego. I hope they are. I hope they're lifelong members of Lego. I've got to know who these people are. If anybody knows and wants to do a bit of investigation, let me know. We're looking for Christine or Barbara on the customer services hotline. This is for Legoland or Lego Club, all right? Or Sue or Meryl. If anybody knows who they are from the Lego Club, again, tag them, let me know. It'd be absolutely hilarious if we could find these people. And the spares and spare parts service hotline, we're looking for Sean. Sean, if you're still out there, get in touch. I want to bring the whole gang back together again. That's absolutely brilliant. Fantastic. And on that note, I think we need to leave it there for today. If you think it's going to be a good idea to send this off to try and join the Lego Club with this, let me know and we'll do it, and we'll see the results on a future video. If anybody knows anybody on this list of numbers, let them know. They need to be on here. All right, so we'll leave it there for today. The Lego Catalogue 1992 edition. If you had it, if you had anything out of it, let me know. Put it in the comments. Watch the video back if anyone's here who hasn't seen the start of it. We had some news at the start. We had a rant about milled plates. We also had a bit of an insight into the new BTS set. And we also had a look at the Horizon Forbidden West set that's coming out soon. So if you want to know my thoughts on any of that, watch the first part of this video. We also had a nice package from Lego, which we opened. Really interesting to see the parts in there. Okay, that's a good place to leave it. Join me again next week, same time. Keep an eye out on Instagram. Keep an eye out on the channel just to see when that video goes out. It should be the same time next week. It might not be. It might be a slightly different time, but I'll make sure everybody knows. It was great to see everybody. Leave your comments. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button. Make sure notifications are turned on so you're fully aware when the next video goes out. So for today, enjoy the rest of the weekend. And I'll see everybody very, very soon.